Yes.
Can. So you can see the screen, right? Yeah?
Yes.
Can
Yes.
see this?
Yes.
Okay. So today, for a long time. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Good to see you, after examination. So our paper is Mahayana Buddhism, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very good paper because Japan is a Mahayana Buddhist country, right?
Yes.
Not like Sri Lanka or Cambodia or Laos or Thailand or Myanmar. So I think most of the, what is it called, features and characteristic of Mahayana Buddhism, you are aware about it. So today I will just share with you, but you can prepare for it because origin of Mahayana, right? Because at present, I think you are aware, currently in the world we have Theravaada, then we have Mahayana, then we have Vajrayaana, right?
Yes.
There are 3 Buddhist schools: Theravaada, Mahayana, and Vajrayaana. And you know, Sri Lanka, China, Tibet. Centers of Sri Lanka. 1 minute. This is a new computer. Somebody donated. China and Tibet. These are the 3 centers of these schools. Theravaada school, Sri Lanka is the center. Mahayana school, China, Vajrayana school, Tibet. So that's why today, even you could see what else you can see when you talk about Buddhism. Pali Buddhism, Chinese Buddhism, and Tibet. 3 languages. These are the, what do you call, 3 languages. You can see Sri Lanka, basically they wrote Buddhism in Pali language. That's what just now you Namo Tassa. And then Buddhism in Chinese, main on Mahayana Buddhism. And then Buddhism in Tibet and in Tibetan language. So the collection of the teaching of the Buddha, written in these 3 languages, right? So remember, Theravada school in Pali language, Mahayana school in Chinese language, basically, but it developed, because from China to Korea. So Buddhism was written in Korean language. Then from Korea to Japan. So Buddhism is written in Japanese language. And you could see even what is it called, some changes into same school like Japan, what you highlight, and then China, Korea, Tibet, which much difference. Clear? Right? Now, when it comes to what is it called, early Buddhism, right? When we say the Mahayana and Vajrayaana Buddhism, it's development of Buddhism, a later period. Early Buddhism, right? We learn, right? Early Buddhism based on what is it called? Buddhi, intellect. If you could see, there were no texts, there were no books, right? For nearly 500 years. For nearly 500 years, we don't see any books, right? So it's mainly on intellectual ability. Intellectual ability. If you just take, for an example, what is it called, the how to say the what is it called, Arahat, Thera, Sariputta, right? Arahat, Thera, Sariputta. What is his name earlier? Anybody can remember?
This and Kolit.
Upatissa?
Kolit.
Upatissa.
Upatissa.
Kolita Upatissa, right? He was known as Upatissa. Can you remember the story? The Thera Upatissa met who? Thera
Assaji.
Assaji,
Thera Assaji.
right? Then just dialogue. There was a dialogue, and then entered into what is it called, the stream. So he is known as a stream winner. So you could see that what happened in earlier days. Take note, actually, I'm trying to share with you what had led. There must be a reason why we have separate name called Mahayana, right? Why we have separate name called Mahayana? So this is the evolution, development, changes take place. Beginning, it was mainly on intellectual ability, knowledge. Then it went to what is it called? Dhamma and Vinaya. Remember these two words. Dhamma and Vinaya. So the monks were, what is it called, talking and thinking of this. Initial stage, it was mostly on you listen, meditate, you are enlightened. Then what happened when it come to what is called Dhamma Vinaya? And then what happened, right? What happened? This led to debate. Now this is what. Even during the lifetime of the Buddha, we will come to it. Just remember that. It's very, very important. Why it happened? Why division took place? Why division took place? So they started debating. Could have gone into different way, right? So when was right? 10th year of enlightenment in KOsambi. Have you heard this story?
Yes.
Right? What happened?
Buddha was gone to the forest.
No, what is the dispute?
Dispute among the
Over the river. Over the?
About the
Vinaya rule. Toilet water.
Right?
Yes.
KOsambi, we call it KOsambi monks, right?
Vinayadhar Pitakdhar.
Dhammadhar. Yeah. KOsambi monks. Dispute between two groups. So they argue. They debated and debated and debated, right? And then what happened? Divided into two groups. For the one group, right? What happened? Right? One group, right? Highlighted, right? Highlighted what? Vinaya, right?
Yes.
But what we say is a small matter. It was not a big thing. It was just a very, very small matter, right? It's over, what is it called? Usage of water in the toilet. Over the usage of water in the toilet. Could not come to agreement. So please remember this one. But divided. Even what happened, right? Even Buddha, right? Buddha could not what? Settle it.
Able to settle.
Buddha could not.
Buddha tried 3 times.
No, it's actually, there were many ways Buddha made attempt, but they did not listen. They didn't listen. And this had gone into, what is it called, division in the temple. Initially, 2 groups of monks. Then, what happened? Who else? The devotees. The monks divided into 2 groups. Then the lay people divided into, right? And likewise extended. Clear? Okay, this is one incident. Right? But then there was another group of monks. Have you heard about it? Chabbaggiya.
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 Never heard.
6 long monks.
Six actually, they were very rude.
Good.
They were in Vaishali. These monks, what happened? They did not listen to, what is it called? The advice of other monks. They were so young, and then didn't maintain the respect what the Buddha, what is it called, advocated. Because young monk, you know, if you look, I do not know whether you studied according to Vinaya, right? Each monk need, what do we call, a teacher. Each monk need a teacher, but they didn't listen. They were sitting in very luxury chairs and sitting in the entrance of the temple. They don't give way to the other senior monks, or they don't respect, and they don't listen to them. They were not obedient to the senior monks and Chabbaggiya. So they just continue. There was another one, Thullatissa. Just remember, another monk. These are the evidences, because this happened during lifetime of the Buddha. During lifetime of the Buddha. And have you heard about Sati?
No.
Hmm?
No.
Fisherman.
No, he's not that fisherman. Actually, this Sati, you know, the Sati, he was very stubborn monk who claimed the Atman doctrine. He was talking about transmigrating entity. So the Buddha had to advise him, advise, no matter whatever it is. He was so stubborn, and because he misinterpreted. That's what you call what is happening earlier period. In the first few years, there was no much problem, but then the monks, because they took into consideration the teaching, the doctrine and disciplinary rules, like KOsambi. They were so much, right, so obsessed with the disciplinary rules, such a smaller rule over the toilet habit. Similarly, Sati. There's very popular thing happened, what? Devadatta, right? You know, what was it?
He separate the Sangha.
Before he separate, what did he do?
He attacked on the Buddha also. He attacked on Buddha also.
No, he
hurted.
attacked later.
Okay. Some Vajrayaana monks, newly made Vajrayaana monk, he took in his favor.
Yes. What happened? He asked for what? Panca Vara. 5.
Yes.
He appealed for, what is it called? 5 extra precepts.
Yes.
Pancha. Can you remember them little bit? Monk must be vegetarian. Monks must live in forest. the monks must
Not eat, not
have, yeah, then they must be vegetarian, they must live in the forest, and they must wear only the Pansukula Chivara, the robe made of funerals, and then
do not accept
yes,
invitation.
yeah, those yes, two more Panca Vara,
Hmm.
Aranya, Rukhamula, forest, and then like this, right?
Always live in the below the tree, not made the hut.
But the Buddha did not permit. So what did he do? He, what?
500 monks, Vajrayaana.
500 monks. 500 monks joined him. 500 monks joined him. You see, these are you could see that, right? You couldn't see that. So because he created, what is it called? Schism, which is known as what? Sangha Bheda, breaking monks, dividing monks. But it happened during the lifetime of the Buddha. Because he took 500 monks from the temple, right? And then they, what is it called, stood against the Buddha. Stood against the Buddha. Clear? Okay. Then, can you remember Subaddha?
Yes.
There are two Subaddhas. Who are the Subaddhas, right? Which Subaddha? Subaddha's Abaddha word.
When Mahaparivan, during the, at the time of Mahaparivan.
Yes, yes. What is that word? Alang, AVUSO, Ma, SOCI, Ma, PARIDEVI, Sumutta, Mayang, Thena, Maha, Samanena. This is in Chulavagga, Pali. Panca Satka Khandha. Remember, you need sometimes to support. What is it? Elements of Mahayana. Elements, right? Even during lifetime of the Buddha. This one on the date of Parinirvana. Earlier incidents took place during lifetime, 45 years of the Buddha's period. But this incident took place immediately after, what is it called? Parinirvana. So his words, that's why even who heard these words?
Mahakash.
Yes, in your diploma, remember your paper, History of Buddhism, early history of Buddhism. Already gone, right? Diploma, no more, right? Now degree.
Now degree study.
That's right. All papers gone to Sri Lanka, then knowledge also gone there, right? So this one, if you can remember, it's very, very good. Please remember. It's very important, right? It's very important. in Mahaparinirvana. So during this Mahaparinirvana, right, in Panchasatika Khanda, he said that what? Okay, don't cry, don't lament. Why are you crying and why are you lamenting? So this is what is it called, as I told you, right? Alarming. For what? Vinaya in future. Who felt it? Arahat, Thera, Kassapa. Arahat, Thera, Kassapa. He heard this. So he said, what? Now we do as we wish. It was very alarming. It's a very challenging statement. Alarming and challenging statement. Remember? So that was what is it called, the main call of Buddhism Council. Remember what is it called? Patama Sangayana, first Buddhist Council. There were many other factors, but this became the most palpable, the nearest and alarming, a dangerous statement to what is it called? Religion of the Buddha Sasana. Just because even the Buddha's body had not been created yet. So this became very alarming statement. Clear? And then what happened? Even after the first Sangayana, some monks, first Sangayana, first council, some monks were not in favor of it. They were not in favor of it. Because when they say, but okay, they say, no, you go and have a Sangayana, you can discuss it. But we believe what we heard from the Buddha's mouth. What we heard from the Buddha's mouth. Clear? So that was what is it called? Even, do you know, Khuddha do you know this issue? You must remember. If you could remember these two words, Khuddha means small. Minor precepts, very small precepts. Anukhudda, there are further. You know, the major precepts and minor precepts. Take for an example, the first one, killing, stealing, sexual misbehavior, lying, liquor. Then after that, you come eating food, holding money, right? Using, what is it called, bed sheets and all those kind of things, right? You know what happened? The Buddha, before passing away, Ask Venerable Ananda. What did Buddha ask? The Buddha asked Venerable Ananda, do you have any difficulty in any rules and regulations? So the Buddha asked Venerable Ananda 3 times repeatedly, but he kept quiet. So in the first Buddhist council, the Buddhist monks accused him. You see, you kept quiet. You could have asked these things and that thing, certain difficulties we have been facing. But why didn't you ask the Buddha? The Buddha would have amended it. So as he kept quiet, Buddha said, so the Buddha made a statement. What is that? Dhammocha Vinayocha Desito Panyato So Wo Mamachayena Tumhakang Sattha. I have taught you Dharma and Vinaya. Dhammocha Vinayocha. Dhammocha Vinayocha. Dhammocha Vinayocha Desito. Teach. Panyato. Establish. Mamachayena. After me. After my passing away. Tumhakang Satta. Your teacher. Please remember this. So this is what actually later period the monks question. What is Dharma? What is Vinaya? What is Buddha referring to? Dhammocha Vinayocha Desito Panyatva. In teaching, I have been promulgating 45 years, time to time, incident to incident, situation to situation, request to request. I've been delivering. So that will be your teacher after me. No more amendment. Cannot amend, cannot alter, cannot add, cannot reduce. Few things. You can't bring new precepts. Neither you can reduce this. 5, you cannot make it 4. Right? Some people like to drink liquor, so you become 4 precepts because you cannot stop drinking liquor. Or some like to misbehave, so they drop number 3. Or some like to tell lies, so no, number 4. No way. So the Buddha, what is it called? Mention about it. This because so the monks complained to Venerable Ananda. Why didn't you verify? You could have asked the Buddha before passing away, what are the things to be done and this and that, but you just kept quiet. Just kept quiet. So that became a big issue. That became a big issue. Big problem. Clear?
Yes.
Have you gone through these points now? So this is what we see. What is it called? These things happen during the lifetime of the Buddha. And then what happened just after the passing away. Clear? Then, sorry. Important incident took place 100 years after Mahaparinibbana. You know it's an incident, right? I don't want to go into detail what happened in Vaisali. Remember what
10
happened?
relaxation rules in they demand for 10 rules for relaxation.
We call them akapa watu, unlawful, unlawful. They are not akapa mean incapable, not suitable, not possible. 10 unlawful demands that happened 100 years after the Mahaparinirvana. But of course, there are some, what is it called? Some scholars, they mention, right? Some scholars, they mention that what happened here, you know Vaishali, right? Vaishali felt very bad. There was a disaster, right? There was a disaster in Vaishali. The heat felt not only by laymen, but monks also. The heat, in a sense, that heat of this disaster. Because people became poor. Initial stage, early stage, the people offer things to the monks. So you come and travel in my boat. Out of respect, I deliver you. But then this disaster created what is it called? The difficulty. And as a result, what? Even the boatman asked some money from the monks. And the monks could not survive in their own place. Like I live here. The people around this temple became so poor. So I have to travel to another place. Maybe I have to cross the river. I have to take a vehicle. I have to go by this and that. So what happened? That had led, right? Can you remember, right? Singi, Lona, Kappa, remember? Can you remember the 10? I think this is what you had it in diploma level, right? When you talk about history of his early history of Buddhism, right? Second Buddhist Council. And these were known as what, right? Vajrayaana, right? Vajrayaana monks. Singilona, remember?
Single means what for
Anybody
the
can? Eh?
this is the sing horn of animal.
Lona is what? Lona is a salt,
Salt.
right? The verse salt, right? Salt in horn, right? Salt, Singilona cup. They wanted to carry salt from place to place. So which is against early Vinaya. So this had likewise what happened? What happened, right? That 10 unlawful demand, right? So what happened, right? got much support from lay people, including kings at the beginning. The beginning. So they became very powerful. Demanding group, right? Demanding group. This is also mentioned, remember? Right? Sorry. Satta Satika Khanda in Chuloga Pali. Remember this. Remember these statements, right? So this became, so some scholars say what? What was the outcome? The outcome was, right, Theras. Who are the Theras? Sabbakami, Yasa, Revata, Tara, Antas, expelled Vajrayaana monks. And declared then as unlawful. Akapya. Clear?
Yes.
They were so obsessed. I mean, this is simple. I'm just sharing with you. You can concentrate on it. I mean, if there is a question, right, the points or the cause led to the origin of Mahayana group. What had led in the history of Buddhism to have a separate group? So the separatism, splitting, dividing, division, schism, or we call it sectarianism, sectarian Buddhist sects, right? Different groups originated. So what happened? They did not accept it. Instead, what happened? They were able to gather how many? 10 to, what is it called? 12,000 monks in Rajagraha. So they held a council. They themselves, they wanted to declare these 10 points as lawful. So this Sangha is called what? Mahasangika, big assembly. Assembly of big group of monks. Mahasangika. And this actually some scholars how spell scholar LEO
LARS.
LA. Some scholars believe this is the origin Mahasangika. In Mahavamsa, you heard about the word Mahavamsa? What is
Pali.
What is Mahavamsa?
This is the literature in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan literature.
History of Buddhism in Sri Lanka written in this book by
Hmm.
Venerable Mahanama.
Mahayana.
So Nikkadita Papa Bhikkhu Sabbe Dasa Sahasika. 10,000 monks had been expelled. Nikkadita. Papa, you know the Papa means evil, right? So the Mahavamsa mentioned that 10,000 evil monks had been expelled. Akanswa Charyavada, but they started their own tradition, Acharyavada. They started their own tradition, Mahasangika Namaka, by the name of Mahasangika. So this is a good evidence in Mahavamsa. In Mahavamsa. Clear?
Yes.
Up to here, clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Certain elements, right? This happened 100 years after the Buddha's passing away. 236 years after Buddha's parinirvana, who? Asoka the king. Remember? Right? He organized what? Third Sangayana. In where? Sri Lanka, in Tokyo.
Sariputta.
Where is it?
In
In Tokyo,
Sariputta.
in Kamakura, what? Where is it? Where was it? It
I think
it was in, what is it called? Asoka Rama. It was in Asoka Ram, in Pataliputta, the modern Patna, right? The city is called Bihar. The state is Bihar and city. So what was the outcome, right? 60,000 monks expelled from Sasana. 60,000. Yeah, Sagar Mahathyo. මම මට මිනිත්තු දෙකක් දෙන්න කියන මම මේ ඔන්ලයින් ක්ලාස් එකක් එනවා කියලා චුට්ටක් ඉන්න කියන මහත්තයා. right. Pasri. You got it? So this is another is it called important how to say the major setback. But by the time 236 years, and I forgot to tell you what happened here, right? If I show you the monks community, right? Divided into 18 groups. Remember? 11 and 7. 11 from Orthodox monks, Theravadian, 7 from Vajrayaana. 18 is over Vinaya and over the Dharma. That's a very, very important. When it comes to 100 years after that, so there were 5 major divisions, even over the doctrine, teaching of the Buddha. That's why the different groups divided, they added some, and then become 20, 20 become 30, like that, different sutras, mantras, tantras, yantras, everything came in. Everything entered into the system. So they didn't want to listen to one group. So it became a very, very chaotic situation. Right? So please remember 18. And then 60,000. And it is said that, what is it called after, what is it called, right? Third, right? Buddhist Council, further revision. And this is where, is it called Arahat, Thera, Moggali, Upatissa, right? Wrote, what is it called? Katha Wat Upakarana. This is for what? To dispel heretical views. Heretical it is said that like 500 arguments. This is very important. You know, after that, a lot of what is it called? Divisions took place. A lot challenges to the early version of the teaching of the Buddha. Clear? Look at the last point today. What is it called? Fourth Buddhism Sangha held in where? Kashmir. Where is it?
Kashmir.
Kashmir. Who is the king?
King Kala.
Kanishka. He led this. quite interesting thing because he invited monks into his palace, noticed different views, right, in Buddhism. So he wanted to unite the monks. But he was, 1 minute, Hello? Yes. Yeah. Today one monk coming Nandita. Is it a Nandita? One, his name is Nandita. Nandika. Just give me a minute. But he was Sarvastivadi. You can note it. Yes?
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Can I the name again?
Nandika.
Yes, the name.
It's normally it's written in the, I think the village name is there.
How long were your family staying?
Then we stay 1 or 2 weeks, madam. Going back to Srilanka. There was actually, but that is come in, he called me. What's the name, madam, you are having? Oh. Yeah, there were 2 or 3 coming. This is one of them, so Dharma Vinaya. I had 2 or 3 coming today. One is Nandika. Then Dharma Vinaya is a fat one, right? Dark color. It's a fat monk, is a right? Dharma Vinaya, right? Others I do not know, madam. I never heard. But I heard they boarding in Colombo, few of them.
So, do you know the Dhamma Vinaya or no?
Dharma Vinaya, I know, yes.
So, has he come before?
Yes, I think he came.
When did
He came in November, I think. October, November.
How long he stayed when he come the first time?
1 week or 2 weeks, just like after that. They were here for a ceremony. Then left. I think they are just trying to visit and go back. No. They can't engage in ceremonies, madam.
So, they are going back to Sri Lanka or they going somewhere else?
No, going back to Sri Lanka, I think.
Are you sure they're going back to Sri Lanka?
Yeah, they have to go back.
So, where would they still be staying?
They stay in our temple, Saint Michael Road. 30C St. Michael Road.
Do you think, right?
30C St. Michael Road, Sri Lanka Temple.
Okay, so they will be staying there throughout.
Yeah.
So, will you be responsible for their stay in Singapore?
In a way that they, I mean, last time also they used to come and stay just for 1 week or then go back. That's the only thing we do.
Now, will you be responsible for their stay in Singapore?
Responsible mean, madam?
You will be sponsoring the stay in Singapore?
They, of course, they come, they go. But I was expecting the other monk, as I told you, the Nandika.
You said Dhamma Vinaya is also one of them too.
I think so, madam, that this group came, I heard they were coming. You see what the decision you want to give, maybe just give them short period, then they can go back.
How many of them are coming?
These two I know, Dharma Priya and Nandika. Rest, I do not know, they didn't call me, but these two, of course.
So,
I think in the temple, other monks, they know.
the temple, no, aware of it, aware of that.
Yes. I heard.
The temple number?
Temple number, madam, what the, no, Bante, because they inform Bante. What's the Bante? 1 minute, madam, I'll get it for you, 1 minute. Six 290 8490.
So who actually comes?
You talk to the chief monk. Ratan, R-A-T-A-N-A, Ratan. Yes, Venerable. Yes. Thank you, madam. Sorry, Rahul, some immigration problem.
Okay, no.
Some. Okay, so you got this one, right? He was a Sarvastivadi believer, so he convened the 4th Buddhist Council, but he propagated Sarvastivadi. This is called in Pali, what is called Sabbatti. Vadi. I'll explain to you because Sabbatti is a bit deviated from Therawaada tradition. They belong to Therawaada group, but exactly not Theravada. That's why 11 groups. 11 out of Theravadians. So they held different views. Clear? Ranjini, you try to send this on email. No, save it first. I'll save it and send it to you. This one.
Please say.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. So today is Chinese New Year coming. I have to go for reunion dinner later, just for a while, visit in house. Namami Buddhang Gunasagarantam Satta Sadahum Sukhi Avira. Take care. Health situation in Japan and China not so good, right? It's very alarming. So therefore, take care. Stay vigilant and careful. Your food, your lodging, your habits, and then wish you all good health and good life to all of you. Thank you. See you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mamoru, Adam Keiko, Hiroko, all of you.
Thank you very much.
This one you try to say.